know we got a powerful one today. We're going to be talking about Melchizedek. We need to talk about Melchizedek, one of the more enigma of the Bible. Telling the truth on that ancient African that preceded everything that they know about in the Bible. Before Abraham was, I am. Before Jacob and Isaac and Esau and all them, I am. You're talking about the primordial African priesthood that existed before the Levitical priesthood by far. Let me get in here so I can go to work on y'all. Let me go to work on y'all today. Hold on. Let me go to work on y'all today. All right. And so, again, we in the house. I see family tapping in. Tap on in, family. Tap on in. We're going to be talking about Melchizedek, the enigma, the most powerful patriarch in the prophet in the whole of the Bible. Greater than every last one of them. Greater than Abraham, greater than Moses, greater than Jesus. That's what I said. And that's what the book said. That's what the book said. And Melchizedek is in Genesis, showing that he was before all of. Matter of fact, Abraham hadn't even got a covenant with God yet. He was still Abram, and I'm going to deal with that. You see, and it was his baptism through the African priest king Melchizedek, Melchizedek, Melchizedek. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that real. Let me get it together. Matter of fact, let me tap on in over here. We're in the house. We're in the house. Matter of fact, where we at? Right here. Here we are. Now, we talking about, let me get this over here so I can see it. We talking about, if anybody want to go to the biblical verse, we talking about Hebrews 7, 1 through 28. Nah, it's in Genesis too, but I'm in Hebrews right now. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, matter of fact, let me get in here. Now, Salem is Jerusalem. Black power, we in the house. Salem is Jerusalem. Okay, so right there, we talking about the capital of the so-called Israelite. It existed before Israel. They done stole another one of the gems, one of the African gems. We in the house. We're in the house. Let me see. Let me drop this link in here right quick. Where the chat at? It must be down here. Okay, we ain't even in the right. I'm thinking I'm in the right one. Hold on, family. Let me tighten up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me tighten up. Let me drop this link on in here so we can get busy. We about to get busy. Oh, we got Ross in here. We got Ross in here. Okay. I'm glad we got Ross the fire right in here. Good. That's what's up. So we can get some validation then. If we got Ross in the house, I know I can get some validation. You feel what I'm saying? We talking, and it say that. It says greater. He say he greater. Y'all hit that link up. That he greater than Jesus and Abraham. Because it says that the one who bless is greater than the one who is doing the blessing is greater than the one getting blessed. That's what it said. We're going to talk about that. Let me get that in here. Yeah. Now we're back in Hebrews 7, 1, 28. Let's talk about it. And we're going to get off into his African bloodline. So ain't no Abraham come from Ur Chaldea, which is Cushite. Ethiopian. Sudanese Ethiopian. Okay, I don't want nobody to get their feelings. I want you to stay with me now. Stay with me. You know, that the later Ethiopia too now, but we got to get a foundation in the mother Ethiopia, the ancient Ethiopia, so we can have a clear understanding, so we can close the back door on our adversaries using their mixed breed children to steal our history. If y'all feel me out there, okay? All right then. So we talking about for this Melchizedek, king of Salem, which is Jerusalem, which is named after one of Canaan's sons. Canaan is the son of Ham, meaning black, brother of Ethiopia, meaning black, brother of Egypt, meaning black. So when we talk about Salem, which is Jerusalem, hear me out. Jerusalem is named after Jebus, son of Canaan. Okay? Just make that clear. That's an African. That's a Hamitic. Want to be clear about that. They didn't change the name. Zion is Canaanite. They're right? All right then. That was there before they got there. Zion, Jerusalem was there before they got there. All right. Named after the African Jebus. Okay, so Salem. Now the thing is, Salem, let's clear this up. When you spell Salem backwards, M-E-L-A-S, Melis, is Greek for black. Same exact letters. You ain't got to change nothing. Just spell Salem backwards, M-E-L-A-S, that's Melis, that's black. Melchizedek, also black. Jerusalem name, so Melchizedek is from the bloodline of Jebus. He's from which is a Ethiopian Canaanite. Okay, want to be clear about that. And so now, see, I'm gonna show you right here. I'm gonna show you how slick Hebrews is. The book of Hebrew. And I'm gonna chin check this book right quick, because it put in a falsehood that I acknowledge immediately. Now I'm gonna read it to you, and then I'm gonna check this book because it's out of order, and that's how you know. You could go into Genesis and check it, and I'm gonna show you what it is telling a fib, it's telling a lie, and I'm gonna check it right here. It says, for Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, before Levi, before Abram, I don't even know if he talked to Abraham yet. Maybe he did, maybe he did. Okay. And as priest of the Most High met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, and to him Abraham apportioned a 10th part of everything. First and foremost, he was not Abraham. He was Abram. He was not Abraham. He was Abram. He did that. His blessing by Melchizedek was his initiation. That was his initiation. When you go to Genesis, he has no covenant with God yet. Let's make that clear. He has no covenant with God when he meets Melchizedek. It is with his blessing by Melchizedek, his initiation, then he becomes Abraham. See, they slick right there. They slick right there. And that means something. So he had to step into the house of Africa to get his initiation. And so everything that the Hebrews is doing, they got from Africa. Even Melchizedek blessing with wine and bread. That the Levites and Jesus at the Last Supper and all of that come up out of Africa. Those are rituals and ceremonies that existed tens of thousands of years before there was a Israelite. I want to say that. I understand and once we get that foundation, when we tap into the ladder, which is the Israelite, we can make an understanding based on that. It can't be vice versa. Can't do it that way. It don't make no sense. Like right here, people wouldn't even know that gem I just dropped right there. He's Abram. He ain't no Abraham. Ain't no covenant yet. When he met Melchizedek, wasn't no covenant. And so he is first, by translation of his name, King of Righteousness, and then he is also King of Salem, that is King of Peace. So why then did God let them go in there and destroy it and conquer the people? If this man come out of a lineage of peace and righteousness, he's the King of Peace. He's the King of Righteousness. That's saying something. That's powerful. You feel me? Ain't no Abraham, ain't no Moses yet, ain't no Jesus, none of that. It says he is without father or mother or genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but resembling the Son of God, he continues a priest forever. A priest forever. So there's some esoterical understanding right there. The man is saying that we are the primordial. We're the primordial. We came with the package. We came when this universe came into being, we was here. So ain't no beginning and no end with it. We came with the package. We the primordial, just like the sun, moon, stars, and you got the Alpha. We the primordial. We came with the, nobody, we can all, but tell me when there wasn't no black man and woman on the planet. You can conceive it in conversation, but nobody can you conceive when that sun wasn't up in the damn sky? Can you conceive it? You can talk about it, you can rationalize about it, but nobody ever was here seeing that sky without the sun in it. Okay? So when you can be an eyewitness, and I would like to know where you was when you saw it, you see, but every day since existence, that sun has been up there. That moon has been up there. Okay? Now people can conceive in philosophy that it was not there, but that's all philosophy. Okay? We are the primordial. We came with the package. You understand? We didn't just hop out of a damn monkey or something. We didn't do that. You see, because at the end of the day, if you're going to believe that, then why be spiritual? Why be spiritual? Why be spiritual? You get spirit from the Creator. If you just meet. You came, you by chance evolved. You could have stayed a goddamn monkey. You could have stayed whatever they say you were. But in order to have a spirit and to move on to salvation, you got to have some spirituality. So what it's going to be? You're going to have to make up your mind what you want. You want a monkey origin, or you want a divine origin? That's on you. And that's been the argument for many people. But I know one thing for sure. I'm divine. I done made my choice. Everybody else make their own choice. You want to be a monkey? A lot of people in the university, they want to be monkeys. They argue it like it's without argument. It's without argument. Let me get my here we go. We're in the house. We're in the house. So it says that he's without beginning or end. He has no father or mother. You see, meaning he's the primordial. He's the primordial. There's none before him. Okay? And so it says, see how great this man was, to whom Abraham the patriarch gave a tenth of his spoils. Listen, this is what and these descendants of Levi who received the priestly office have a commandment in the law to take tithes from the people, that is, from their brothers, though they are also. So this is only half. This is only half. So they saying the Levites got their rituals and ceremonies from Melchizedek. And that Jesus, the Christ, came after the order of Melchizedek. He didn't come after the order of the Levites. He didn't come after the order of the Levites. Show you that Melchizedek is even greater. Then Jesus, it said Jesus comes after the order of Melchizedek. Didn't say he came before. Said he came after. God don't come after nobody. He always come before. How you gonna come after unless he greater? That's the only way you can come. You got to come after the order of so whatever Melchizedek laid down, that's the same blueprint that Jesus used. Is that right? Yeah, that's donations. Tithe. Tithe. Yeah, that's a donation. Taking donations. Or you understand? That's right, donations. And it said Genesis 14:18, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. So this is where Jesus at the Last Supper and the Levite, this is where they get it from. He was already, performing these African rituals, sacred rituals and ceremonies long before Jesus. So we got to be clear about that. And that he is from the lineage of Jebus, which is the son of Canaan, whom they named Jerusalem after. But now I got one, but I'm going to tap on this one a little later. But yet and still, they keep talking about a new Jerusalem. Once you understand that this is Jebus, and I'm going to come back on that. I'm going to come back on Jebus. I ain't trying to stay on, I'm just trying to get Melchizedek, African, the greatest prophet of the Bible, the greatest. He greater than all of them. Melchizedek. They all come after Jesus came after his order. The rest of them came after the Levitical priesthood. But Jesus, the Son of God, and we understand that's the S-U-N. We're going to break that down later. But he came after the order of Melchizedek. So when you understand the S-U-N and then you understand Melchizedek, symbolic of the cosmic melanin, we'll break off into that at a later date. You see what I'm saying? That's all that's saying. We talking about the coexistence. So we talking about Jebus. We talking which Melchizedek come out of that bloodline, okay? Which is a Cushite, Sudanese, Ethiopian, Egyptian bloodline, okay? Y'all get on over there to Patreon family. We're going to come back on this Jebus. I'm going to come back. I'm going to separate this so we can break this down so we can get the clear understanding. So when y'all go in there and y'all want to deal with some chambers, make sure you deal with that chamber of Melchizedek, because that's one of the most advanced chambers in the Bible that our people should be dealing with. That's going to lead us back to the African priesthood. And it says that he was the priest of the Most High. That means we don't have to go through, literally, we don't have to go through the Levitical. We don't have to go through no Levitical, none of that. We above that. That's for them. That's for them. That ain't for us. We greater than that. That's for them. And that's when Yahshua, he said, oh no, I'm dealing with the higher, more advanced knowledge. That's for the lesser than, those that you got to take off, the ones that was on all fours. And you got to raise them up for all fours. That's for them. We don't have to go through that. All right, family, I'll be black. This is General Sarasu said to get over there to my Patreon, support the General as we continue to wake our people up out here on this internet. Arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom, black power.